Now, our job as a community energy company is to assess the feasibility of creating and supplying green energy to zero carbon new homes. Having been formed 5 years ago, we set out to work in partnership with our major landowner, a local charitable trust, but particularly our local mill. Now, being a mill and right in the heart of the village, they've got a tremendous amount of roof space. So over the last few years, we've been installing solar PV on those roofs, obviously with money generated from local shareholders. Now, you look at our primary school and it has solar PV on that roof with money generated by our company through the profits of energy. Being volunteers, we've got certain skills, but we've got a certain limited capacity. So to get significant funding from organisations like Next Generation, it allows us to bring in consultants and professional help and advice. You've got to talk to people and inspire people, and by doing that face to face, not at big meetings, not with strategic engagement plans, but just talking to people. You've got to have a firm foundation. So we brought people in and we interrogated ourselves and said, what have we got that allows us to do what we hope to do? You know, we've got a major landowner who's prepared to develop zero carbon homes and finance that through their organisation, bringing in investors.
We're aspiring to build up to 190 new houses, answering a need for new housing, but also to mitigate against climate change. But we've been really hampered by Brexit. Just to get part and to get the expertise to install stuff is extremely difficult now. COVID, of course, put a halt on pretty well everything. And so our hope for new development has not stopped, but it's certainly been put on hold, and we're going to be far less ambitious as a community, led by our major landowner, but not devolving responsibility to outside interests, because we want houses that are sustainable, zero carbon standard, fed by energy from our company. So everything should be geared up to joined up thinking. It's just not there, and it's frustrating. But where we perhaps have been thwarted in our housing development ambitions, we're now thinking laterally, and we are still developing more solar PV, more on the mill. We got Kendal, our local town, on our doorstep with a lot of roofs that need solar PV. But the major benefit of what we've been doing over the last 7 years is actually connecting our community. We've got our parish council and our residents association working better with our mill and our major landowner and with us and other organisations. We understand our needs and our aspirations and what we can do together. We've got one new solar array within the village, and we've got another one coming online, which will be directly connected to the mill. And whilst we're not taking ownership of that as BCE, we're part of that process and we're part of the discussion. One of the things we learn is the dearth of experience and expertise with architects and designers. Most know very, very little about passive housing, zero carbon housing, the materials you're using, the type of energy that you could use. So for communities of our size, come and book a session with us. Come and speak person to person about our experiences and how we overcome all the obstacles and problems that we encounter. And we find that's by far the best way of passing on our information.